And I do like this. Perfect. So yeah, this game is canceled because the main developer of the game, just mysteriously disappeared out of nowhere. No one knows what happened, but apparently there's passwords in this that you can find out. So I have one right here called Father. I think that's what it's called. Okay, Charlie. Charlotte.
Nightmare Entertainment Security Archive.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. Let's start with this, I guess. Oh, this spring trap. Date. Fazbear Fright owner email date August 18, 2023. Animatronic unit involved unknown. Details. This document purpose is to archive any message between redacted and redacted during the time of TV of the attraction known as Fazbear's Fright. Any discovered content that has not yet been documented must be saved and sent to Mr. Emily as soon as possible. The contents are as follows. Dear Redacted, hey dude, how you doing? Thanks again for taking the night shift. I know that place can get pretty spooky. Oh, by the way, we finally figured out a name for our little monster. We're calling him Springtrap. Pretty cool, right? It took like 2 seconds to make the name, but it's fitting, don't you think? Anyway, about what you said in your last email, thanks for letting us know. If you can you get some footage of him walking around? We were thinking we could set up some screens around the attraction and fool people into thinking that Springtrap is coming towards them to raise the spooky factor, you know? Anyway, you have nothing to worry about. You and I are the only people with keys to the place. There's no way he is getting out. We're still setting the place up. So there are a lot of loose wires hanging around. Springtrap quite what is quite broken looking himself. So could you make sure he doesn't go damaging any of the equipment? It's like I told you the other day. Fire is a real concern here, so we gotta be careful. If we don't have any idea how to stop our little monster, one of the tech guys said that those animatronics would go to the room with the most noise. So if he goes wandering into somewhere he shouldn't be, just use the audio system and lure him somewhere else. Thanks. See you on the flip side. Redacted. Cool. Missing individuals. You want me to put a password for missing individuals? What would be for missing individuals? Would it be father? Okay. College filmmakers go missing. Day 2026. Animatronic unit involved him. Details. On the 13th of September 2026, a team of three independent filmmakers were reported missing in Hurricane, Utah, after weeks' absence from their college classes. Shortly after, the city PD launched an investigation to locate the missing students. At the time of their disappearance, Courtney redacted, Kevin redacted, Ed- Edward redacted, were all working on an assignment based upon investigating and proving validity to the many myths and urban legends of the state of Utah. There are particular interests in the urban legend known as the Utah Hairman, with Kevin redacted. I even journalists by staying near a tent Film a documentary in the sewer system of hurricane and search for the hairman. Their bodies have yet to be recovered. Description of the Utah hairman matched that of him. 6 weeks after the initial incident, a sewer maintenance worker assigned to unblock a damaged drainage pipe recovered a severe hand DNA analysis of the hand revealed to be the hand of was that of Courtney Redacted. It can only be assumed that all three missing persons are dead. The maintenance worker also located a heavily damaged disposable camera belonging to Kevin. Though their photographs were difficult to recover through state of the art data recovery methods, only one image was restored. And of course, it's this one.
It's him. He survived the fire and has been out there all this time, hunting, claiming more souls and destroying more lives. I should have known it was him as soon as I heard about this Utah hairman thing. People say those boys were lost to the storm, but they're wrong. I'm one of the only people, maybe the only person, who bears. The man who found the hand said that the only way it could have gotten there is if somebody placed it there, deliberately. And he's right. He is taunting me. Even after so long, he knows I'm watching. I need to stop him. I know where he is. And he doesn't have the backing he used to. I have the advantage. I missed my opportunity back in '85. I'm not missing it again. It's him. He survived the fire and has been out there all this time, hunting, claiming more souls and destroying more lives. I should have known it was him as soon as I heard about this Utah hairman thing. People say those boys were lost to the storm, but they're wrong. I'm one of the only people, maybe the only person, who bears the curse of knowing the truth. The man who found the hand said that the only way.
Okay, it's just repeating. That could mean like anything, huh? Uh, what about eject? Figure sighting, date 2026. Animatronic unknown. Details a large figure spotted near the gate of large scrapyard, seemingly foraging for parts. A large disfigured entity was spotted within a scrapyard. The witness reported the sighting to be the police on the redacted of redacted 2026. The witness saw the figure scrapping around piles of discarded machinery, specifically gathering what seemed to be old knives, scrap sheets of metal, and other various metallic objects. The individual that reported the creature was close enough to give minor details of what it looked like. They described that it appeared to be consist of rusty wires and a loosely put together outer casing using lots of broken items and junk for bulking on the arms and torso. Head Its head looked similar to a bear. It appeared to have an arm on both sides of its torso, along with two more attached to the back of the creature. One resembled the front end of an excavator, but with sharp, rusty spikes on it. The other appendage was hidden behind the creature, so I don't know what it was. The person stated that the collection of parts convulsed and started writhing at random moments, specifically when looking directly at light. It also emitted horrendous scraping and squeaky noises as they moved around. The witness didn't see the bottom half of the creature behind the piles of rubbish. The person that reported the entity managed to go undetected by the creature, leaving us clueless as to whether it was hostile or not. Update. A sighting of what is supposedly the same creature has been reported in redacted Utah. The witness in question was able to give a slightly more detailed report, as he was attacked by the creature. It was humongous even. I was looking for parts that could be used as in the project I was working on. My college made an assignment to make a piece of art made out of junk. Huh? Oh yeah, back to the point. I was looking for parts when I found this strange pile of junk poking out of the junk head. He, it was a bunch of items wrapped in chains, kitchen utensils, gear. Some of it was just bent pieces of metal. There were even parts of a small doll inside it. I reached out and tried to pull it out, but it was a screech, and the junk heap began to move. What I thought was just another trash pile turned out to be the back of that thing. It turned around and was staring into the and I was staring at the eyes of a metal face that can only be described as something straight out of a horror film. Teeth made out of blades, portions of its face built out of bent metal, cold yellow eyes. I was staring into the face of a monster. I was so focused on its face that I almost didn't see the giant fist of trash swinging towards me. I ducked. It barely missed me. I backed up and moved forward. I was afraid. I could barely move as it began to ready one of its arms to strike me again. I did the one thing I could think of. I turned on my flashlight. It was nighttime. I should have mentioned earlier. Sorry. It flinched and screamed in pain as I covered its eyes. I took a chance and ran. I didn't stop until I got to the police department, and well, that's all I got. Jesus. Okay, I got something. September 8th, 2026. Electronic involved unknown. Details on Saturday, the 8th of September 2026 at 2:47 a.m. A break-in occurred at Fazbear Entertainment's main storage warehouse located in Redacted, Nevada. Upon investigation, all security and clearing staff were either missing or deceased. All recovered bodies showed signs of extended exposure to upwards of 25,000 volts of electricity, with their bodies being charred and burnt beyond recognition. When the inspection team first arrived at the complex, the entire storage site had experienced a power outage. The inspection team later found that the on-site generator had been punctured in 5 different spots and experienced an overcharge that caused that said blackout. Further investigation showed that storage unit C4AE had been broken into and decommissioned animatronic model CG3 Stargaze Ballora and pieces from decommissioned animatronic model SG2 Stargaze Foxy were missing. Remnant trackers detected signatures matching both subject A20 Funtime Foxy and A4A Ballora on site. It is to be believed that subject A2 and A4A have separated from the remnant amalgamation that escaped Circus Babies Entertainment and Rentals in blank 2000 blank and broke into the warehouse to obtain a new animatronic body to inhabit. Curiously, at the same time of the incident, an unknown third party corrupted all the security footage. The only remaining tag content inside the folder where the CCIV recordings were kept was a text folder containing one word, lol. The leading theory is that the break in the warehouse security system were subjected to a cyber attack. Internal investigators launched multiple service wide scans for viruses and signs of sabotage across all sides of Fazbear Entertainment secure system network, but the results were null. It is still unknown who or what was behind the cyber attack, and whatever is connected to the break-in. Anyway, we have Ballora and Funtime Foxy. How about Eject? Eject. Okay. So if that one doesn't work, block. Block.
You're not Henry. Goodbye.
Did it just log out of me? It literally just logged out. I'm going
Hello, Henry.
Charlotte. Charlotte. 280. Quote figure. Date numerous dates. Airtrack unit unknown. Details multiple reports varying from minor to major. Note a skeletal creature draped in scraps adorning a crimson line mass. It is unknown as to how slash if it connects to Fazbear Entertainment. An oddly popular entity compared to many others with whole websites dedicated to document every tale is said to be involved in. As such, exaggeration reigns supreme. Most accounts have evident explanations aside from a few notable exceptions. For our purpose, the most notable instances involve a video taken by a scanned, soon to be retired security system, located and redacted between 2 and 3 in the morning, compatible to redacted in many aspects. Well, that didn't tell Andy. Okay. New members of the band, animatronic involved none. Following a string of unfortunate incidents and unsuccessful court battles spanning over several years, popular children's retirement restaurant and longtime competitor of Fazbear Entertainment, Candy's Burgers and Fries, was purchased by Fazbear Entertainment on the 13th of May 1989 for $20 million. At the time of the purchase, Robotics Corp, owner of Annie's Burgers and Fries, was in severe financial trouble and was facing thousands of dollars worth of debt. This purchase only a few months following the acquainted of Redacted, another popular competitor in the business animatronic entertainment. Fazbear Entertainment took it upon themselves to purchase a long-loved fast food chain in hopes of saving its beloved characters. Currently, all Robotics Corp assets purchased by Fazbear Entertainment are being stored in their main storage warehouse in Redacted, Nevada, until further notice. We know what it's like to be Candy's. We know what it's like to be in Candy's shoes, and we've both had our fair share of financial struggles and controversy. We know their pain, though Fazbear Entertainment and Robotics Corps have been a long-time rivals. We both Prioritize the memories made by children who come to our establishment over time, over everything else. And we will not let these beloved characters who've made impacts on so many lives of children all across Redacted fall into obscurity. Keep an eye out. Candy isn't done with you yet. Fast Entertainment spokesperson. Anything. Pleasure, suffer maybe? Is there a suffer or weirdo? Suffer. Anomaly, anomalous location reports 167 Gateway Told Wounds. Date, why doesn't it matter? Redacted everyone, animatronic unit involved, everyone is here. Details, purpose of this document is to archive the reporting of a strange, anomalous geographic phenomenon that has been taking residence in redacted Utah. The anomaly in question is a large bottomless hole located on the property of the late William Afton. The hole is around 15 meters in width and length. The surrounding area, which was originally noted to be a rich, lively forest, is now burnt beyond recognition. Most of the trees and plant life within the surrounding radius of the anomaly are now gone, filled with dead plant life and ashes. The hole, as mentioned previously, has shown to have no bottom, and a attempt to find a bottom via drone and living personnel have failed, with no remains to be recovered. The hole has been noted to have an appearance similar to a cave-in or a sinkhole. The hole was being noted to have a large burn marks around the edge and within the walls inside with some looking vaguely like handprints. As for the house itself, the residence has been observed to be almost completely gone with nothing remaining except a few burnt boards, some old burnt furniture, and blueprints of what appear to be scrapped and failed experiments that the owner of the house intended to work on at some point. It appears that the rest of the house had either fallen into the hole upon its opening or succumbed to the flames that formed as the hole appeared. Note, not much is known about this strange anomaly, and many may wonder why it is in Festa at all. Hopefully, a question. Hopefully, is hopefully the question of this anomaly existence can be answered in due time. As for why it has been archived by FESA, read on to find out. The anomaly has been shown to have unique traits that range from odd and uncommon to bizarre and paranormal. One such trait is the constant secretion of a strange dark gas-like substance that can only be seen by viewing it on a remnant detection lens, and even using that makes it difficult to notice the substance. Another trait is that the temperature within the surrounding areas will heat up drastically at random points with no known patterns or reason why. Such temperatures have varied with the lowest known being at 150 degrees Fahrenheit, and the highest being 360,000 degrees Fahrenheit. What? Workers keep watch over the anomaly. Has also noted that to have heard screams from within the hole and an occasional feral desire to harm the closest living being near them. This let the date verify animatronic involved FFTF Unit 002 Gen redacted. Details. This document It's archive recording of test and log on LEFTE Unit 002, codename Lefty. Unit is a repurposed model. Generation redacted Unit ID CG01, also known as Stargaze Freddy. The insides of the unit were made to allow the capture and delivery of Marionette Unit 001, which has been rowed since redacted to location redacted. Test 001. October 10th, 2025. The test was used to see if the unit involved was able to walk a distance of redacted miles without incident and retrieve a doll made to behave and reassemble Marionette Unit 001, which will be referred to as the target. Results: the unit was able to capture the target without incident. On the way back to the base, the target was able to escape by ripping off the unit's head from the inside and crawl out. Test failed. Nuts reinforce the head and make it the limb hole smaller. You never know the real target. 002 testing logs. Date varied. Animatronic unit involved left EFTE unit 002 redacted. Test 002 date October 11th, 2025. Same as previous tests. Unit was able to capture a target without incident and return to base. Once the unit shut down, it released its grip on the target and unlocked its containment hatch, allowing the target to escape. Test failed. Note: have the programmers add a new piece of code in which locks all systems upon shutdown. We don't want this to happen again. It is important that the target remain captured and incapacitated. Test 003, October 12th, 2025. Same as previous tests, the unit was able to capture the target without incident and return to base. No further events transpired. Test successful. Now let's prepare the unit for send off. It's ready to fulfill its purpose. Let's see what you do. Ex-Fazbearer and seat performer admitted to psychiatric hospital. July 3rd, 1999. Animatronic unit involved, none. Details: on July 3rd, 1999, the retired Fazbear Entertainment suit performer Mark Redacted was admitted to Redacted Psychiatric Hospital after being recovered in his home in a state of psychosis. Repeating the phrase, "I wore the suit, I wore the skin of death." Can't say his name, I see him everywhere, and no lights. If there are lights, there are shadows. Upon arrival at the hospital, Mark underwent multiple psychiatric evaluations, and the verdict being the Mark Redacted was suffering from significant schizophrenia and psychosis. During the assessments, Mark kept mentioning a figure that only he could see, describing it as a tall, looming black rabbit made out of pure blackness. When asked what this figure name was, Mark would begin to violently scream in pure panic and terror, with one occasion leading to Mark urinating himself out of pure fear. During Mark's time employed by Fazbear Entertainment, he was one of the primary suit performers and entertainers tasked with operating the same spring bonding suit used by Redacted used during his time with the company, as well as being the suit that Redacted used to Redacted in 1995. Mark lives in Redacted Psychiatric Hospital for 5 years until his sudden death in 2004. Post-mortem on the body could not find a reason for Mark's death and has been labeled unknown. Under normal circumstances, FESA would not document these events, but the sheer volume of consequences with real-world events is too much to check up to simply chance. chalk up as to simply chance. Mark stated he was wearing the skin of death, connecting to him once performing in the suit worn by Redacted during the incident in 1995, or that the time span Mark spent at Redacted Psychiatric Hospital until his untimely demise is the same amount of time he spent working for Fazbear Entertainment, down to the same amount of days. The most significant connection made, however, is a description of the figure made by Mark. This description of a famous legend spread amongst the late hour workers at multiple Fazbear pizza locations over the decades, describing a shadowy phantom resembling the Bonnie animatronic that they could see very often during the dark hours. Over time, the staff began to refer to the phenomena as Shadow Bonnie. Further investigation needed. Maybe Guardian? Okay, that's one of them. The message date November 3rd, 2025. Animatronic unit involved none. Details. This document purpose is to archive message by Henry Emily on November 3rd, 2025 to redacted and redacted contents are as follows. To redacted and redacted. If you are reading this, there you then you have to come into recent contact with me under my request. And you know the details are redacted in all items and auctions is relates to. You know of our plan to redacted burn, redacted simulator, redacted call. This program and plan was known as paragraph 4, but long story short, paragraph 4 has failed. We have failed to redact it, and due to our actions and the fortunate results of our selectively broadcast signal, we are now detecting the activator and reappearance of multiple other entities whose existences we are unaware of. We are now calling both of you to follow the instructions for redacted as stated in redacted. I will be a redacted if you still wanted to work with me to make things right. Meet me there on the 14th at 3:15 p.m. If you choose not to appear, then I understand completely. And wish you the best of wishes for whatever you do the rest of your life. We at Fazbear HQ are deeply sorry for his inconvenience, and we hope to see you all soon. Sincerely, Henry Emily. Now, this is what I think what it is. I think one of them is Michael. I don't know what the other one is. It could be um Mrs. Afton. It could be both Michael and Mrs. Afton, but only one of them showed up, maybe. Eternal. Something something 2000. I'm tracking evolve. All characters from Generation 3, 4, and 5 are redacted. Details due to the decline of Fazbear Entertainment restaurants and attractions. We decided to take the offer given to us by a redacting company and have officially started the Fazbear Worldwide Initiative. This project was resumed the production of Fazbear animatronic units from past generations that have long since gone out of use. With the start of the FWI, we have also started the Fazbear Funtime service along with a variety of our purchasable services, which will allow customers to order characters from Fazbear's past from certain generations to personally entertain them. For example, the Fazbear Funtime service will have the selected characters be packed up and shipped to the customer house, and we'll do a variety of one-man shows for the customer, or larger shows if the customer orders more than one animatronic. At the end of the show, the customer will be charged a fee based on the age, generation, of the animatronic chosen, the amount of animatronics chosen, and how long it takes the animatronic to arrive at the customer's house. Any remaining animatronics will not be used for the FWI, will be put up for auction for other companies and smaller fast food restaurants to buy. Notes: this message is to be seen to all remaining fast food restaurants, warehouses, and factories. We also need to make sure to announce this in the media as well to gain attention from former customers and fans of the Fazbear brand. Make sure not to mention the amounts of the fees or how the fees of delivery is determined. Personal notes: we need to keep track of which characters are produced and which are active entities. We don't want to redact it all over again just because we confuse a malfunctioning unit with an entity. Okay then. So, oh boy, I actually hope this doesn't get restricted from Twitch. Anti-insult 426, the Laurel PD Slayer. December 24th, 2016. Animatronic unit involved unknown. Details. On the morning of the 14th of December 2016, the bodies of Police Sergeant Jared Redacted, Lieutenants Harry Redacted and Simon Redacted, and Deputy Bradley Redacted were discovered at Laurel's Police Department, Laurel, Montana, after being snowed in for several days following an incredible, brutal, week-long blizzard. Post mortem on the bodies revealed heavy blunt force trauma to the victims' skulls and chests, and severe lacerations across the victims' torsos and limbs. Simon Redacted corpse in the PD's ventilation system completely skinned. The recovery team found their shredded, deglorified skin in the garage alongside Bradley Redacted's remains, with him sustaining damage matching the former described Jared Redacted and Harry Redacted's bodies were located beside the emergency exit and within the toilet cubicle respectively. Among the staff trapped within the PD on the night of the incident, Deputy Raymond Redacted was one. Miraculously, they were found lying face down in the snow 50 meters away from the PD station alive. Upon their discovery, they were immediately rushed to Billings Clinics Hospital and were in care for 2 weeks, showing extreme hypothermia and frostbite symptoms. Once they were in stable condition, police officers interrogated Raymond. He described a large metallic mass of wires wearing one of his colleagues' skin as a disguise and murdering his coworkers. Once Raymond was fit and healthy enough to be admitted from the hospital, he was immediately put him on trial for the first degree murder of Jared Redacted, Simon Redacted, and Harry Redacted, and Bradley Redacted. He was later stated unfit to serve trial and was admitted to Redacted Mental Institute for several years under the diagnosis of a psychosis until his eventual transfer to Redacted Psychiatric Hospital, Utah, where he later lost his life to Redacted. Okay, this goes on for a long while. Upon investigating Raymond's claims, Fazbear Entertainment launched an covert investigation of the Laurel PD station. Upon review, the analysis team discovered that subjects A2 Funtime Foxy, A3A, and A3B Funtime Freddy and Bon Bon, respectively, as well as subjects A4A, A4B, A4C, and A for the Belora mini arenas. Remnant signatures were detected within and around the building. The leading theory is that following the breach at Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rental in 2000 blank, the remnant amalgamation consisting of the four aforementioned animatronics Nexus traveled north across towards Montana, where they were caught within a blizzard. Seeking shelter, they took refuge within the Laurel PD's ventilation system. So they were discovered by Simon Redacted. Following their discovery, the remnant amalgamation killed and skinned Simon, wearing their suit as a disguise. Following their discovery, the remnant amalgamation killed and skinned Simon, wearing this used to escape circus babies in 2000 Blake. Eventually, the other officers caught on to what was occurring, and the remnant amalgamation slaughtered the others, with Raymond being the sole survivor. Further investigation into location and recovery of remnant amalgamation needed. Raymond's telling of events, the blizzard came out of nowhere. It was also sudden. We were told by people over in Billings that they would send people over to remove the feet of snow, blocking us in by Thursday. We'll simply have to hold out until then. I guess the blizzard had complicated things for everyone. The first 2 nights were fine. We all slept on the sofas in the staff room and just lived off of vending machines. But it was on the third night where just strange things started to happen. Stuff would mysteriously disappear and reappear in other places. We'll hear this metallic banging sound across coming from somewhere in the building. But we could never pin it down exactly where. I remember it irked the hell out of Simon. The guy went on several searches trying to find where the sound was coming from. He never had any luck. Sarge just chalked the sounds we heard to the storm, and that we should be focusing on our duties. God, if only we knew. But yeah, on the fourth night, Simon went on this crazy rant about how he saw something looking at him from inside one of the vents. He said it was a smaller pair of eyes looking down at him. We just called him crazy at the time. On the fifth night, we lost power, which meant we lost the heating and the light thing. Pitch black aside from the soft gray light shining through the office room window during the day. The water pipes had frozen over, and we had to smash open the vending machines to take whatever was left inside, which wasn't much. Then on the sixth night, Simon had enough. The banging had persisted for too long, so he jumped from the couch and grabbed a flashlight, saying that he would get to the bottom of this one way or another. Obviously, nobody joined him because nobody wanted to be looked. Nobody wanted to look crazy. He was gone for half an hour, I think, and he came back. He was just silent. He was laid down on the sofa and went back to sleep. The banging had stopped, and I asked if he found what it was, but he just didn't respond. When morning came, we woke to the smell of death. When you work on the office for as long as I suggested that a rat or some other animal may have frozen to death in the vent system. We should probably find out where the smell was strongest so that we could get rid of it. What happened next so fast? We split up into teams of two. Me, Simon, and Brad investigating the garage, and Sergeant Harry searching the office area. As soon as I stepped into the garage, I was hit by the most disgusting, most foul-smelling odor one could imagine. It didn't take the bloodhound to tell you where the smell was coming from. Bradley found it. Ventilation grate loose off its hinges, drenched in blood. As soon as our attention was drawn to it, Simon, wherever the hell that thing was, began writhing and writhing. It let out this ear-piercing screech and just shed out Simon out of it. It was just this massive entanglement of wires and eyeballs. It was horrifying. Before I could even comprehend what was happening, it was on top of Bradley, ripping into him. I just ran. I can still vividly remember his screams. I ran past Sergeant Harry, ignoring their calls for me. I suppose they went to the opposite direction to help Brad. Poor guys, but yeah, even though the temperatures were below Zero outside. I was willing to take a chance. I popped the window and I just tried to get as far away from the place as possible. I didn't get far, did I? Raymond redacted former Yellowstone County Police Department. Yeah, I guess no one believed that. Forgotten. Oh, we got Dee Dee. Fees reports amateur 001 animatronic performance incident 004. Her debut. Date 1982. Animatronic involved redacted. Extracted from redacted personal journal. I think me and redacted have struck gold here. He came to see me from this fantastic idea for the next big character to introduce to the redacted gang. Redacted the chirpy, mischievous troublemaker. We decided to go for a more recognizable face this time around. A human one that the kids could recognize and relate to. As soon as I saw the design sketches redacted drew up, I knew we had it. I knew we had hit the jackpot. Redacted had came to me a few times now complaining that his son's scared by the bulky animatronic animal design animatronics. It's perfect for him. Me and Redacted had poured our heart and souls into her from every. Okay, so that's William. From every ball joint to screw. Her design is adorable, and we've had her voice actor record all lines for her debut performance tomorrow. I'm so excited to see what the customers have to say about her. Please note, dear God, what was I thinking? What disaster! We created this database to log and document electronic incidents, and this is the first thing I had to write about. Jesus Christ! Hey, all right. To cut a long story short, Redacted was a total failure. We had complete confidence that she'll win over the kids' hearts. All it did was leave 20 odd toddlers horrified and running out of the room, screaming and crying. Even though the parents were terrified, this was not what either me or Redacted intended audience reactions to be. Actually, maybe he did intend this. That cheeky profanity Redacted. We designed her to be a familiar face that children could recognize. All of our animatronics were large animals. Seemingly logical, the next hit would be human character to add to the redacted gang. I guess her logic was flawed. Even Redacted says she was scared of her. Her favorite character is that security unit designed to liberally scare children into following the rules. I think it's the eyes that are off-putting, actually. Okay, so this is Charlie, and that's the security puppet. No, it's the entire face, the entire body, the whole thing. Even her goddamn personality is just irritating. I thought it was cute at first, but looking at it now, we've only created a monster, an annoying, horrifying monster. I'm burning this. Me and Redacted are burning her after work today. Both of us have agreed to never speak of her again.
Playing performance incident recording 001.
Alright, kids, I have a big surprise to show you all today. We here at
Oh boy.
Redacted.
a brand new member of the gang we want to show you. She's eager to meet you all. Please put your hands together for the mischievous trickster.
Redacted.
Hi kids,
Redacted.
I've heard that you've all been excited to meet me. Here I am.
Henry, hold the curtain. Hold the bloody curtain.
Playing performance incident recording 0.
I guess they burned her pretty much.
I don't know why I ever thought this was a good idea.
Same here.
That's William and Henry.
I told you some of the parents are trying to sue us, yeah?
Yup, he told me.
Alright. Well, I've got schematics to burn and parents to apologize to. Make sure you bury that thing.
and all the others were not. Okay, this is the design for it. Key signature sensor. Regular condition stabilities. Her hat is a key signature sensor. Mediocre. Extra revenue project 086. Date varies. Animatronic unit involved AI, all characters from sub general generation 4.5. Details company memo 560 cents 1993. Details attention all Freddy Fazbear restaurants. Due to the decline customers and some recent problems with the production department, we decided to build and ship out some minor cameo characters to further increase entertainment in the animatronic shows and increase profits. The characters include Happy Frog, Pit Patch, Ned Bear, Mr. Hippo, and Norville. Details on their program personalities and how to interface them with the Fazbear Gang will be included on their arrival to the restaurant in about 3 to 5 days. We thank you all for your loyalty to the brand, and we hope that you'll continue to be a part of the Fazbear family. As always, remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Sincerely, Fazbear Entertainment. Management memo zero, or sorry, 482. Sent 1993. Details attention all Fazbear employees, managers. We've recently received some concerned messages about our latest revenue project and would like to clarify a few things to case your worries. Won't these things be expensive to make? No, the mediocre melodies, as we've dubbed them, are made out of cheaper materials than our other animatronics. Have a much more basic endoskeleton, making them easier to make and program and easy to program. Why are they called mediocre? While these characters have been made to add new content to our animatronic shows, we don't want to pry too much attention away from the main gang, as well as to show that these characters are not permanent additions to your restaurant, as well as to explain to the customers why they won't be around all that much. If anyone asks, they have to go improve their performance skills. Where we store these characters, despite what we've said, not all restaurants are receiving these characters, or all of them for that matter. They will shift from restaurant to restaurant as a prize for guests in order to spice up visits and make each show a more unpredictable. You receive a schedule showing which restaurants will get which characters, and when they should be packed up to ship out to another restaurant. As for where to store them, placing them in your restaurant's parts and service room would be preferred, but anywhere away from the customer's sites will do fine. One of them broke. What should I do? The characters are basic instruction. Programming will be a small manual describing how to build and fix them. If an unseen problem occurs, you will find the required materials to fix them at any local hardware store. I don't know when to include them. When should I? Deciding when to include them is up to you, but at least 2 to 3 shows, including them, are required before they are shipped to another restaurant. What if I don't want to use them? Too bad, use them or you're fired. We hope this helps lift some of your concerns as well as any other questions you may have. Thank you for your understanding, for your time, and I always remember to smile for everything is fine. Sincerely, Fazbear Entertainment. Company memo 574 sent 1990. Details attention all Freddy Fazbear restaurants. With the recent closure of Generation 4 restaurants, we are instructing you to all pack any mediocre melodies you may have and shipped it to your local Fazbear Entertainment warehouse. Fazbear Entertainment has decided to rent these characters out to customers and small businesses in order to keep the company afloat during these hard times, along with several other small projects unrelated to this one. On a side note, Fazbear HQ will be silent for a little while to plan out our next step. We hope that you decide to stay with the company during this absence. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding, and always remember, fun times never die. We'll be back. Sincerely, Fazbear Entertainment. Fazbear Warehouse Memo 257 sent 2024. Details all. Oh, this is this year. Attention all Fazbear Entertainment warehouses. We have recently started a new project with another company called the Fazbear Worldwide Initiative. For those of you who didn't get the recent email, the FWI will be bringing old generations back into production. Generation includes our generations 3, 4, and 3, 4, 5 redacted, and sub generation 4.5 plus more in the future. Our projects will go if the project goes well. Please prepare for your warehouses to get very, very busy. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Fazbear Entertainment. Cool, I guess. I think it's this one. Maybe. Yeah. Show revenue. Which one am I on, anyways? Or which one did I do? Okay, I guess I do this one. Wait, whoops. Wrong one. I have to look at the passwords again. Print. Electronic Performance Incident 534, date 1993. Animatronic units involve Freddy Unit 234 Gen 4. Details a few days after the complete setup of Restaurant 256 on the date of 1993, there was an incident involving the performance of Freddy Fazbear unit at the location. At 7:56 p.m. of the day of the incident, the unit involved began twitch and spasm on stage and refused to respond to remote and manual commands. The manager of the location, a Mr. Redacted, decided to close the restaurant early due to the main attraction needed repairs. Mr. Redacted called for a maintenance crew from the nearby Fazbear warehouse due to the manufacturer being beyond the hand-on technician's expertise. Around an hour later at 8:30 p.m., the maintenance crew arrived and proceeded to examine the unit. One of the maintenance crew members, Jesse Ashfield, approached the unit. Once doing so, the unit then proceeded to violently lunge towards her, attempting to harm her, while spouting criminal detected, criminal detected, criminal detected. Jessie was luckily able to pull out her Fazbear Entertainment standard issue mobile control shock device to electrify and deactivate the manufacturer unit. Jessie has since recovered and received the proper 2-3 weeks of therapy given to any Fazbear employee after a traumatic incident. Upon examination, one of the unit was discovered. It was discovered that during the relocation process, someone had accidentally given the unit a facial recognition module. Were commonly used on Generation 3 units, causing the unit system to overload, and mistake multiple customers and employees as criminals. After the module was removed, the unit proceeded to act as intended, despite some minor burns suffered due to the mobile control shock device. Notes to all relocation and rebranding teams, the facial recognition module from Gen 3 animatronics units do not work on any other generation. The systems of future and past generation cannot handle the strain of facial recognition modules and will overload the systems. You have been warned. If this happens again, your pay will be docked. Oh, great. Classic Raspberry Entertainment. Fucking weirdo. Circus Babies Pizza World malicious unit archive. Date redacted, animatronic unit involved unknown details. The purpose of this file is to archive a document on a series of miscellaneous animatronics made along with Generation 5 units. These mysterious units were made by Afton Robotics. Not much is known about them. Contents are as follows. F O. Okay, so wait more. An artificial intelligence using an appearance to redact similar to redacted. Purpose experiment to see if the digital consciousness transfer to varyingly different redacted of results. Results pending. More research needed. Send to private experiment chamber redacted. Notes subject has been shown to increase in skill and intellect with each transfer, while still holding out the main personality and decision making protocols. AE002 description: a large mesh of wires controlled by a basic AI includes spare animatronic eyes joined to various hand and feet shells. Purpose experiment to see how well a subject's endoskeleton can adapt and mimic various other forms and suits. Results pass. Sending results to manufacturing. Notes subject's behavior has shown that it will resume to stay in the last form it adapted to unless specifically told otherwise. Reason unknown. AI bug further research pending. AE A3 small hand puppet appearance similar to redacted. Experiment to test how well a subject companion will react and respond to commands from its authoritative counterparts. Results pass. Settings results to manufacturing. While the subject pass is to note while the companions will obey it, they are still loopholes that they can follow, and their program personalities will provide different responses to commands, but they will obey. AE004 description: a spare subject A1 companion eye color has been changed to yellow for differentiation. Purpose experiment to see if a subject can store and transfer various energies. Failed send to search. Subject has low control over what energy it stores and how much of it stores. Subject has most success storing electricity, but transfer and discharge has a 50% chance to temporarily fry the voice box. Group A, a small collection of tiny pale dolls dressed like ballet dancers. Perfect experiment to see if a subject can repair and damage machinery despite to a smaller stature. Past results were conclusive. Damage and repairs could be done with a group of minimum of 3 subjects. Most effective on machines with similar size or larger. Other tests with smaller groups of subjects have failed. 3 has been proven to be the bare minimum required. A small collection of tiny pale dolls dressed to look like ballet dancers. Test subjects creatively in distracting a target. Results were conclusive. Main method used was to climb onto larger bodies and block their view. Note should have gotten a picture of that. That was the funniest I've ever seen since Redacted. Both groups passed. Send groups to Redacted for reprogramming and reintegration with the main subject. If there are too many spares, put the surpassed subjects in storage with others. A small wooden puppet in a striped outfit. Experiment if there is a potential for a more fluid movement using joints and poly systems as a replacement for redacted. Results failed sending to storage. Update sending blueprints to redacted. Fazbear Entertainment learned about this one and wants my notes on it. I don't know what the fools want with it, but they paid good money for it. Not enough room in storage for all, sending all to private experimental chamber redacted. It is unknown what these subjects were for or what they were fully looked. If anything has any reports or entities or units similar to these descriptions, please find it your nearest Fazbear Entertainment complaint. Hell, why is it hell? Mechanical monster spy wandering the countryside. Sorry about that. 2025 animatronic unit involved unknown details. A giant mechanical entity has been spotted wandering the countryside. Following a recent destructive forest fire, the entity was first spotted on 2026 and was reported to the press. Fazbear Entertainment got involved when the entity was reported to consist of multiple animatronic parts of units with old and unknown generations from Fazbear Entertainment and After Robotics past. Fazbear Entertainment has been able to bribe the press and witnesses to keep quiet about the entity. The entity has been noted to have an interest in abandoned Fazbear Entertainment warehouses and facilities. The entity has been noted to be hostile and will attack anything, whether living or mechanical, that draws near to it. The entity is estimated to have a height of around 15 feet, with the estimated rising with each rated warehouse. Despite the entity's tremendous size, it has been known to escape observatory and attracting on multiple occasions due to the creature's apparent knowledge of Fazbear Entertainment's tracking devices and observatories, including its violent nature. The entity's intelligence is unknown. The entity has been made next to no attempt to communicate. The other times doing so to threaten anything that comes near it to leave it alone. If anyone with current or past association with Fazbear Entertainment and or Afternoon Bodies reports sightings of a creature matching the description, please contact Mr. Emily or Fazbear HQ immediately. Okay, so this is dinner time. 8 April 5th, 2026. Animatronic unit involved. Chica. There were an incident a few weeks ago involving a broken down Chica model from the 80s. The unit involved was a Generation 2. The unit had heavy damage around the body, most significant damage being the lack of hands and dislocation of the jaw. The unit was discovered in Redacted, Utah, in an old Freddy's location. The unit was deemed to be salvageable and brought back to location 687 for repairs. No attempts to communicate or move were made by the unit at the time of recovery. Animatronic's base functions were checked for errors. No malfunctions found aside from the hands and jaw. One of the mechanics attempt to realign the jaw, in which, when he put his hand aside, the unit proceeded to bite down onto the hand without issue. Unit was steered unstable, and controlled shocks were used to paralyze the unit. The mechanic involved was placed in the hospital under the alias of heavy machine error. The unit involved is to remain powered off into storage. Until further notice, mechanic has recovered without incident. Note to self, make sure to send an email to repair crews to turn off the unit before making repairs. Cool. Yellow bear sighting, state varies, animatronic unit involved unknown. Details throughout the course of the company's lifespan, there has been lingering rumors and an odd entity that always seems to follow the Fazbear brand. Since 1985, exact date unknown, employees and even customers have reported seeing a phantom of sorts during business hours, with it being described as a ghastly Fredbear. On multiple occasions, when we first tried dealing with this issue, we brushed it off as hallucinations from those that were clinging to memories of the old diner. However, since then, new evidence has made it clear that this thing is far from a simple illusion. Due to the varied descriptions of the entity and the seemingly random circumstances, it appears in all unique situations we logged below. 1985. First sighting described as a ghastly symbol of Fredbear with some inaccuracies such as a pale yellow fur and a top hat. They look more like a Gen 2 Freddy model. Not hostile. Those that saw it reported feeling an odd mix of nostalgia and curiousness. 1987. Signs slowly increased, now described as a broken yellow bear missing an ear and several chunks of its suits. Bizarrely, some reported seeing it as a giant head that appeared at the end of the hallways. Hostile, though only provoked via lights. Reported to cause weakness and severe sleep deprivation when seen. Children started seeing the entity, even drawing it and showing it to staff, asking what it was. 1988 to 1992. Sightings stay constant, though not spread through multiple places, specifically warehouses and storage units we own. Description remains the same, though reports say it was more soulic and visible than before. Contraction prior descriptions of it being more ghost-like. It seemed to travel from location to location, being outside one of our warehouses one week and inside a completely different one the next. Employees reported outside one of our warehouses one week reported sleep deprivation and violent thoughts about encounter the being. Sighting stopped after it was spotted near the Gen 4 models of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. It reportedly sat next to the models, making strange, incoherent noises that were picked up by CCTV recordings. The employee on Night Watch stated that when they saw it, they inexplicably felt that the being was happy. It supposedly vanished shortly after. 1993, sightings resumed with worried frequency as new locations opened. Many customers and employees reported seeing it. Now taking a form described as a cartoon copy of Gen 4 Freddy model, but yellow fur. It also appeared fully solid, as if taking a more definitive shape. Those that encountered it experienced a fatigue, extreme sleep deprivation, uncharismatic desires to hurt people, and rapid paranoia. Any of all drawings children made of the creature were immediately taken down, even when not seen. Various night shift employees reported feeling it nearby, matching up with CCTV cameras picking up noises similar to the ones it made during its travels from warehouse to warehouse. Said noises were heard in recordings and captured the death of Guy Redacted, suggestion of possible involvement. 1993 to 2023. Sightings halt after one employee reports seeing the entity near the location of the safe room. No one's actually seen it since, though others have reported still feeling its presence when in the location. 2026. Signings finally resumed. Customers of the Fazbear Worldwide Initiative report seeing the phantoms and visions when renting out certain animatronics with customer descriptions taken into account. It seems that this entity has changed yet again. Customers described the entity as a tall and deformed abomination with stretched out black limbs, a thin and contorted body, and reported a wretched grin. These descriptions match animatronic unit of our database, so we assume that the entity has chosen to become something beyond a mere yellow bear, Leo Freddy. Those that reported the sightings have also said that this animatronic started malfunctioning, going haywire before shutting down. Oddly, the side effects of seeing the bear have seemed to almost completely change, as customers have reported feeling a lingering depression rather than the usual violent thoughts and sleepless nights. Despite the entity seemingly have gotten weaker, it still presents a serious danger to everyone around it. We're worried that the entity will manage to find our newest establishment, unlike some phenomena we've had to put up with. This one is scarily persistent, outright stalking the company, making itself visible to anyone no matter their mental condition or age. Jeez, going Freddy. What are you doing? Yeah, that seems to be it for all of them. Jeez. My throat's never coming back from this. I think I read through like entire paragraphs. But yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do today. There's supposed to be a storm for the next few days. So this video might not be uploaded for a while if I even survive, which is who knows. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. This was really interesting. Too bad the game was canceled. They did make a demo, which I'll make a separate video of, but because of how long it was to take just to do that, I'm gonna end it off at a 2 hour stream. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.